to be able to create a node, so here a C++ node, you first need to create a C++ package in your ROS2 workspace, okay, so that you can better organize your code and so that you can use the build system with ROS2 to build your nodes. So that's exactly what we're gonna do in this tutorial. We are going to create step by step a C++ package. And to be able to create a C++ package, you of course need a workspace first. So let's create one quickly. I am in my home directory, okay? And I will create a folder ROS2_WS. So that's gonna be my ROS2 workspace. Then I go inside this and I will create another folder called src, okay? And that's gonna be the source folder. So make sure you name it src and we are going to create the package inside this folder. And just before this, make sure that you have installed colcon, so sudo apt install python3-colcon-common extensions. Okay, you can use tab for the auto completion. So make sure you install this. So I've already done it before. This will allow you to actually build, so to use colcon, which is the build tool in ROS2. So you can do colcon build already. And you can see, well, 0 packages finished because we have nothing. And now we have a build install folder. I'm gonna come back to this later. Okay, so let's go to our source folder. And now let's create the C++ package. To create a package, you do ROS2 pkg create and then the name of the package. So let's say you want to create a package to control your robot. Then I'm gonna put my robot control as an example. Okay, this is a typical convention, is to start the name of the package with actually the name of your robot or the name of your application. And then what you want to do with it. So make sure you use lowercase and underscores between the different words of your package. And once you have this, you can add -- build type. Well, you need to provide a build type because in ROS2 you can create, for example, a Python package or a C++ package, and the architecture of the package will be different. And here for C++, we need to do ament_cmake. This will create a C++ package. On top of that, you can add, for example, -- dependencies, and you can set some dependencies that you will use in your package. So no need to do this, you can do this later, but you can also just provide them right now if you already know what dependencies you would need. And for example, I'm gonna add RCL-CPP, because this is the C++ library for ROS2. If you create a node, you will use this one. So let's just add it by default when we create the package. So now let's press enter and you will see what happened is you see going to create a new package with information. Okay, you can see creating folders, files, etc. with a warning because you don't have a license, but that's really not a problem. You don't need a license for now, unless you're gonna publish your package soon, but you don't need a license otherwise. Now, what is inside this package? Well, I'm gonna use Visual Studio Code to see the different files. If you don't have Visual Studio Code, you can do sudo snap install with code and -- classic. Okay, from it's already installed. And then I usually go to my source folder here of my workspace and I do code and then dot to open right here. Okay, and you can see on the left, welcome, okay. And you can see on the left here, I have my new package. I also recommend that you go to the extensions here and you install. So you will find this extension. So you can search here. You can find the ROS extension developed by Microsoft. Okay, so you install that one. That's also going to install a lot. You can see I have a lot of other extensions. Those are extensions just installed because I have installed the ROS one. So you install that one, and also there is this one that's quite nice. So cmake from TWXS. Okay, you find this one exactly, and you can install those two extensions. All right, this is gonna help you actually to have auto-completion and to have syntax highlighting for your C++ nodes and the files inside the package. So what do we have inside the package? Well, first we have a package.xml file. And this file, you will have this, well, for any package that you create anyway. So we have, you can see some information with the name, the version, description, maintainer, license. This, you don't need to do anything here, but if you are going to publish it, if you are going to share your package, then it's better maybe to fill those informations here. Okay, you can see we have the build tool here, the Ament CMake that we find here as well. And the dependency that we have added, you can see RCL Cpp. So if you need to add other dependencies, so basically if you use other packages than RCL Cpp in these packages, you just add another depend tag and you just add the dependency here. Okay, and that's pretty much it for the package.xml, so well, nothing really complicated here. Now in the cmakelist.txt, so you can see now what we have here is we have cmakelist.txt, and then we have a source folder and an include folder. So this is classic C++ stuff. Okay, if you have used C++ before, that's pretty much what you would have in a standard C++ project. So what you will do is you will create some files in the source folder, so some C++ files with the .cpp extension, and inside you will create some nodes. Maybe you will also need to create some header files, okay, so some .hpp files. You're gonna put them in the include folder. And then you go to the cmakelist.txt, and that's where you're gonna set the rules here to actually build the code, to create some executables and to install the executables, so that then you can use the ROS2 run, for example, the ROS2 run command line tool to start your node. And in the cmakelist.txt, what do we have? Well, you can see the minimum version for cmake, then the name of the project, which is the name of the package, some more stuff, and then we find the dependencies, so you will need to put all the dependencies that are required here. And then we have some stuff for testing, but if you are not using this, you can just remove it, okay? No need for this if you are not using testing for now. And then the Ament package should be the last line of the cmakelist.txt. And so right here is where you're gonna put the rules and the code to build your nodes. Great, and now you have seen what's inside the package. Let's go back to the terminal. And what I will do is I will go back to the ROS2 workspace, and from this directory, that's very important, from this and not from anywhere else, you can do call build so that you can actually start to build your package. You can see I have built my robot control, one package finished. So I have not created any node yet, but I can still build the package, okay, which will contain, well, nothing, but still we have built the package. And then you can see where we have, so we had created this source folder, but now we have a build, install, and log. And if you go, for example, in install, you can see we will have stuff with my robot control. So you will find the executables that you create inside this folder here. And in this install folder of the workspace, you can see we have a setup.bash script. So make sure that you source this setup.bash script here. If you have built some node, you first source this setup.bash so you can actually use those nodes. Okay, so if I go back to my bash rc, which is in my home directory, so .bash rc, here, after having sourced the ROS2 installation, I can source and then put the path to, so that's gonna be ROS2 underscore workspace install setup.bash, and I can save. Okay, so now anytime I open a new terminal, I will source the ROS2 installation and the workspace so that I can use the new stuff that I have built in my C++ package. Thank you for watching. Now subscribe here to get more tutorials in the future. Also check out my online courses if you like what I teach, links in the description. And see you in the next one.